Hey there, it's Saturday, the 21st of August, and I'm doing my video journal post, and I have to admit that I have not stayed true to my intention of doing video journals every day. In fact, it's the 21st of August, and I think quite possibly this is my third one that I've done. Maybe I just haven't had that much going on, haven't had that much to talk about. Yeah, so, or just got busy or got caught up with other things. But nonetheless, here I am. It's Saturday morning. Let me first check in on my intentions. So my intention for today, I did wake up and say my prayers, and I read from my Bible. I think I'm reading Luke now, and today's reading, I forget what verse it was, but it was all about, the parable of the lost son. A man has two sons, and the younger son says, hey, can I have my inheritance now? And the father gives it to him, and he leaves and he squanders it, and he ends up falling on hard times, and kind of having to work as a servant for somebody else, and he is starving, and he kind of comes to his senses, realizing, like, man, I didn't realize how good I had it, and how good my father is, and how good my father is to the people that work for him. And so he comes home and says, hey, I'm not worthy, but can I work as your servant? But the father has a party for him and celebrates him, and the older son is kind of upset about it. Like, I've been here, I've done everything you've asked me. I've never left you. I've never gone against you, and yet you've never celebrated me. And the father says, hey, everything that I have is yours, and it always has been, it always will be. But your brother was dead, and now he's alive, so we have to celebrate. And that's how God looks at all of us, those that are faithful to him and understand and try to live according to his will. He's there for us. But those that are lost and have, ventured away from the path, who have forgotten him, or just didn't cling to him, and now are repenting and coming back, that's cause for celebration. So that's what I was reading about today. I'm also reading another book. What is this book called? It's Not Supposed to Be That Way. And it's all about kind of coming back from heartache. And today was all about compassion, and how, you have to have compassion for yourself. God has compassion. You need to have compassion for yourself, and also have compassion for other people. You have to be okay with not being perfect, and, not letting the devil steal your joy, and not letting the devil cause you to feel shameful or afraid, or, have fear over, not being the best at something. And, the important thing was about being compassionate for other people. And it actually made me think, like, am I compassionate? Have I been? I think I am. But, over the past couple of days, I have found myself a little bit out of sorts. This whole year has been focused on kind of like transformation of the mind, body, and spirit. And, I'm trying to be the best version of myself, and to have joy and contentment, to be happy every day, to start my day with gratitude, and to really focus on positivity. And I found myself, I had some interactions over this last week, and for the first time in a long time, I found myself reacting to something that somebody had done or said and getting angry, and in that anger becoming very critical, like, oh, this person did this and said this, and you know, just having all these judgments about it. And that's not nice. You know, it's not compassionate. And so I really need to check myself, because I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm not trying to be a backbiter and a hater. And so I'm kind of disappointed in myself for having that type of reaction. You know, I did end up telling that person, I was like, you know, it's been a really long time since a person has done something or said something that has caused me to have this type of reaction, you know, and to be angry. And I don't think that that's healthy, and that's not something that I want in my life. So I think I need to set a boundary for myself, and not to be around people that would, I mean, I do need to check myself, right? But, you know, given that I had that reaction, and that's not something, I don't want to be caught up in that, then I need to take myself away from that person and out of that situation, because I don't need to be involved with anybody or around anything that is going to disturb my peace in the way that it was disturbed. You know, I don't want to interact with people that are going to cause me to show up in a way, or in that kind of way, you know? So I had to check myself on that. So I'm going to try to be more accepting of people. I'm going to try to separate my emotions from situations, and to just be able to say, you know, very directly, like, hey, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to let you go that way. And we can just disconnect on a friendly basis. And yeah, because I was like ruminating, you know, not only was I kind of mad at this person, but I felt like, oh, I need to call so-and-so and tell them this thing, and what do they think? And I just found myself being very critical and looking to others to kind of validate how it is that I was feeling. And but in doing that, it actually condemns that other person, and that's not good. You know, what I should, you know, I should refer back to that. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I should also refer back to that lesson that I learned a long time ago, that it's okay for you to feel the way that you feel about things. But you can just go to God in prayer, you know? And if you want somebody to change, like, you can't communicate with a person in a way for them to be able to listen, to hear you, to understand, and to show up in a way that you can actually appreciate. If you can't handle that on your own, you can just give it to God, right? And let God handle it. You don't have to, that's a battle that you don't have to fight, you know? So I need to reflect on that. So checking myself in that regard. Yeah, so to make a long story short, so I've done some reading today. I have said my prayers today. On the exercise front, I have just, I do a 3-minute plank every day. And so I've done that, and I'm going to do yoga, and maybe I'll do some type of cardio. I don't know if I'm gonna ride my bike or go for a walk or get on the treadmill or whatever, but I'll see. You know, originally this year, I had set an intention to be good, you know, to make really good food choices. And I had said that I'm gonna not eat candy and not eat chips and not eat cookies. And I really can't remember the last time I ate some candy. I cannot say that I have been successful in no candy all year long. But for the most part, I really haven't. I'm so guilty on chips. There seems to always be chips around, and if there's chips around or popcorn around, I'm eating them. And last time I went to the grocery store, I bought some Oreo cookies. And so I've been eating those too. So thank God for the exercise. You know, I've stayed very consistent with that. So I've given myself a little bit of grace. I, you know, had originally wanted to lose some weight, even though I'm not necessarily like really focused on it. So I can't even remember the last time that I got on the scale, but I will admit that I have a little bit of fear about getting on the scale, because I feel like I'm going to get on it and it's like, what did I do to myself? So, I need to work on me and really examine why on the food front do I keep snacking on these things. You know, like, what is it that's going on in my life that motivates me to do things that are not good for me? You know, I mean, I've over the course of my life, you know, I have looked to food to fill a void. So if I was sad about something, but I wasn't really dealing with that sadness, I would turn to food. If I was angry about something, I would turn to food. If I was lonely, I would turn to food. And so while I think that pretty much as everything seems good in my life, I'm thinking there's something that's causing me to do that, because it's a self-sabotaging behavior. You know, I'm not letting it get the best of me. You know, I used to let it get the best of me because, you know, I used to weigh 280 pounds. I mean, I spent a good at least 15 years over 200 pounds. And so I'm not doing that to myself. I mean, I don't have any weight problems, as you can see. I don't look too bad. I don't look bad at all. So yeah, I don't have a weight problem, but I think that's because I'm intentional about working out every single day, and I'm thankful that I have that desire, and I've remained true, and I get a certain satisfaction out of meeting this intention daily. But yeah, that's just something that I need to work on. What else is going on? My grandson told me that I needed a boyfriend. He told me that I'm boring, like I have a boring life because I don't have a boyfriend. So I've been thinking about that. You know, I've gone on dates and stuff like that, but, you know, and met new people, but I haven't found anybody that I was that interested in. And if I did find somebody that I was really interested in, there was something that, you know, made it so it's like, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work out. Or they just weren't that into me. There's a combination of those things. There's a part of me that I think is still hanging on to an old love that I had that didn't work out. We're very friendly. We love each other, but you know, he's got things in his life that he is committed to and really doesn't allow himself to make time for much else. And so I got tired of that a long time ago, but there's still a part of me that's like, you know, if he would just, I would be so, so yeah, I mean, I don't pursue that, but I think, you know, deep down in my heart, you know, in the deepest corners of my heart, I still wish and I still hope. And so I think that makes it very, very difficult to be open to something else that's new, to really look at the possibilities with somebody else. And so I think that there's a part of me that only lets me get so close. And then it's like, okay, I got to get the heck out of here. So I'm not exactly sure how to deal with that, but I guess you first have to recognize the problem before you can do something about it. So baby steps for me. Let me go to my MAPS check-in. Mentally, I'm clear. I have nothing weighing heavily on my mind. Emotionally, I'm in a good place. I'm pretty happy. Physically, I feel good. I'm strong. Although yesterday I was on the treadmill and I'm like, why is this so hard for me today? I just did like 2.5 miles on the treadmill, just walking. But it could have just, I don't know. So yesterday I wasn't really feeling it, you know, but today I feel pretty good. So we'll see what happens. And then spiritually, I feel blessed. I feel thankful. And just, you know, happy to be alive and not taking it for granted at all. That said, that's going to be the end of my check-in. I'm going to try to do better with posting. Take care.